at it again. I'm with my brothers, SNAX baby, Coach, Reverend, Pastor, the man himself, the legend, Lucas Hargrove. I'm Aaron Lucas. This is Facts, Not Fiction. We've had a good couple runs so far. We've had some interesting topics, mainly really circling around sports, basketball in particular. We've had some guests on to talk about their experiences. We're trying to explore a number of different things that kind of hit home, especially for people who are from the Midlands, from South Carolina in that essence. But today we're going to take a little bit different angle. We want to branch off into some things and really just kind of get to know ourselves, or for y'all to get to know us a little bit more on a personal note, and some things that we like to do, some of our hobbies and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And really is really to help show that we're not just, even though we love sports, we love hooping and everything else, that doesn't identify and make who we are as people, right? We still like to get out and fish and hunt and do all those other things. So we want to kind of branch into that, and hopefully the people who are watching, and we definitely want to say we appreciate everybody who's been watching and supporting. But just know, whatever your pastimes, whatever your hobbies are, it's okay. Continue to do it and be great at that. So I want to really just kind of spin into what are some of your hobbies? Like, what are the things you like? Like, I like music. I like to write. I like to read a lot of books.
And you got bars.
And
he got bars.
I dabble a little bit. I dabble a little. When you overseas, and you ain't got nothing to do with it. And every hooper, I don't care what nobody say, and if they said they don't, they lying.
When you in the car by yourself,
every hooper wanted to be a rapper or tried to be a rapper at some point in their time. So, I dabble a little bit, and that's just one of my hobbies and pastimes. But reading, writing, like that's my thing. I'm real big into history. Particularly African American history, just knowing a lot about our culture, our people.
What are you reading right now?
Right now, I'm reading it's called what is it called? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me think. Because I just read Negrophilia, and now I'm reading The Strange Career of Jim Crow.
Okay. And so you finishing up school too now to be.
Man, listen, I'm glad you said that. Let me go ahead and give y'all a little love on that.
Tell the people.
I am now officially done with grad school, getting my master's in secondary counseling from the South Carolina State University.
Shout out to the Bird.
My Bulldogs, the Bird, my family down there. It's been a beautiful ride. I'm mad I waited so long. It was a 16-year gap between going back to school, but it was something. It was a cool journey. I chose State for a number of reasons, but the culture, the HBCU experience, and even though I didn't have like the undergrad full experience, it is still a unique, unquestionable experience that I think people, if you're trying to go back to school and get some higher learning, I would recommend trying to find an HBCU because it's nothing like it.
Now, did you have classes on campus?
I had classes on campus, so every other semester or so, I was going down to Orangeburg maybe 3 to 4 times a week. In the midst of coaching, in the midst of working, married, family, doing all this stuff. But it's a sacrifice, but at the same time, I learned a lot. I got a chance to meet a lot of people. And shout out to Content Media.
Yes, indeed.
SC State alum. The
Big
man
Dog Keys
holds it down for us. So I know this hits near and dear to his heart as well. But to walk on campus, and this was the craziest thing that happened one night. I'm on campus, and you hear all these things about State, the marching 101, dopest band in the land. Don't get it misconstrued at all. I'm riding on the campus. I'm sitting in class, and all I hear is the drum line. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, yo, like my whole, my concentration just stopping. I'm looking out the way. I couldn't see nothing because, I'm in Turner Hall. And I'm looking down like, that's crazy. Like, they marching at 8 o'clock at night like full out going through their routines. And so I'm leaving campus after class, and they're slowing down traffic, but at the same time I'm just in awe because like you don't get this at a PWI. I mean, let's just be real. You don't get that culture. You don't get that type of experience. So I really enjoyed being at SC State. I'm proud to be an alum. Proud to be a Bulldog at this point because, again, going to the University of South Carolina was one of the best experiences I've had in my life. Taught me a lot, showed me a lot. But to circle back and go to a school that my aunts and my uncles went to, I've got a lot of family down in Orangeburg, and just to have that opportunity, have that experience is unmatched. But yeah, your boy is out.
Yes, indeed.
2020 grad. So again, that's a little spin on some things that I like to do and what kind of led me into going back to school because, my thirst for learning. But I want to, kind of find out a little bit more about y'all, what you do. We're always in Pro Styles Barbershop. We got our man with the sharpest clippers in the land. But SNAX, tell what outside of cutting hair and hooping, like what do you like doing, man?
Me personally, I tell y'all a little bit about my background. I'm from this area, Broad River and everything, and I'm a high school dropout. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that. Didn't graduate high school. Stopped going 12th grade. Wasn't gonna graduate, whatever. Got a GED, but I got a college degree. So don't mean tell some young folks who don't know, you might drop out of school, don't give up on your kids and things like that, because they might go back to college in 3 years and they can still go to college off a GED. So don't get discouraged with your kids because they drop out of school. It's just some word of advice.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing.
So it's like I got a marketing degree, you know what I'm saying, but I don't really never fill out the application until I got my degree. So it's like it was a personal goal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I did that. It's a lot of things people don't know because I never used it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you used it
I
because
used it, but
you're an entrepreneur now
yeah.
with your own brand.
Yeah.
And if all the people that I know that know you as a marketing person.
Exactly.
Because Pro Styles at all the men's league, your social media presence, when you go to your Green Bay Packer games and you're on the road, that is branding.
Yeah, that's marketing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got a degree in that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So associate's degree, but I'm never going back. No point.
Yeah.
Unless somebody pay for it, you know what I'm saying?
But you're an entrepreneur, so it's kind of like
it was a personal goal, you know what I'm saying? So outside of that, that's just some people don't know that, but people who know me know me.
Right.
I like walking, man. Sometimes I like it's my peace, you know what I'm saying? Mental peace. Cause I be around people all the time.
Yeah,
which is much.
You know what I'm saying?
Your sanity.
Yeah. So it's like I be around. I work around dudes.
Mm-hmm.
We 2 feet away, 6 feet away now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the time, and it's like I walk a lot, get away by myself. I don't really want nobody with me. You know what I'm saying?
That is crazy
that
you say that because, again, every time we see you,
you're
always around people.
Yeah.
And you got, you have that infectious energy. So that's.
And I got a lot of homies, you know what I'm
I
saying?
see you got a new tat.
Yeah,
talk to us about the tat, man. Talk to us about the tat.
Plugs. I'm trying to finish some work.
What is the tat? What's what's behind the tat?
Like I say, it's for many are called, but few are chosen. You know what I'm saying? So that's my new tat. I just got this before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying?
What does that mean to you? Like, why
to me, it means like you chosen one. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, it's not meant for everybody. Gonna get caught in a situation, and everybody's not meant to handle a certain situation.
That's Matthew 22, right?
Yeah, 22. Yeah, but
nigga, Reverend.
But so it means a lot to me because I feel like I was chosen to lead in some situations. You know what I'm saying? Being what I've been through in my background and put in a position to lead people, and I feel like I was chosen to do certain things, and some people wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like many are called for certain situations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't meant for everybody. You know what I mean? Some aren't chosen to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? So. This one, that's one of my favorite ones, and I think that it fit me where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying?
And just real quick question: how many tattoos you got?
Like 8, 9, something like
and
that.
all of them kind of have a personal.
Yeah, all of them got a personal. People I got this one right here. We talk about St. Andrews Park. It's tatted on me. That's how much it meant to me.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I grew up at. You know what I'm saying? It's Broad River Street.
Yeah.
So it's like it's in my blood. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is where it raised me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Plum Chase. That's St. Andrews Park. That's home. You know what I'm saying? Every tattoo I got means something to me. I got to figure it out right here.
Yeah.
That's what I go by. Like in situation, I get in. It's like a puzzle. Like I don't know how the fuck I'm about to come out this.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like either you being broke or you pandemic, you lost your job, lost a business, or whatever the case may be. You look at that shit, you figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So it's like that's one of my mottos. You know what I'm saying? So I do a lot of inspirational things too, like mentally. You know what I'm saying? But I do it a long time. You know, people don't know that I look at a lot of inspirational videos, you know what I'm saying, motivational videos. Like,
so
you know what I'm saying?
You're a people person, but you know how to recharge and kind of get in your own.
And I learned that, and I'm learning to the balance. You feel me?
Yeah.
When you get in business, it's a lot of people don't know how to balance. You even like y'all fathers, and you got to balance. You know what I'm saying? That's tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Coaching, coming home at 10 o'clock, got wife and kids at home.
Yeah.
You got to balance. It's tough. But you know what you got to do? Figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I got blessed right here because I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? It's just everything I got on me to mean something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, that was very eye-opening. I ain't going to lie to you. I wasn't expecting as much. I figured there was something deeper to SNAX Baby than a lot of people would know, but that was very, very interesting, very powerful. So we're gonna switch gears to Reverend. Now I know you got many. I think that might be the Lucas thing in us, where we just got to be doing, a plethora of things to kind of keep our brains working.
Yeah.
But what does Reverend Pastor Coach SNAX Lucas Hargrove like to get into, other than cooking and grilling?
Well, I'm
you
grilling.
A master
You gotta eat. That's a great question, and you hit the nail on the head. I like to do 50 million things, and what I've learned lately is I've taken pleasure in the smaller things in life. Grilling, like what you eat, what you put in your body, which is you put me on this. You remember we did the diet not too long ago.
Yes, sir.
What you put in your body, what you eat, and not necessarily going on a diet to lose weight. You just don't want to eat certain things. Like I don't want to eat, things that's just could possibly cause your body harm, things like this. And I've started to grill more. I love grilling anything, salmon, steak, shrimp. It don't matter what we put on the grill, chicken.
So we're going to be able to do a show at
we're going to the grill.
We're going to the grill.
Yes,
y'all heard that, right?
We're going to the grill. We got golf. I'm big. I'm an avid golfer. I'm an avid golfer.
Favorite golfer outside of Tiger?
Got him.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I probably, you got Roy. I love Roy. I love
Phil is tough.
Phil is okay. I don't rock with Phil too much. Oh, I'll tell you who I like. Cheyenne Woods.
Cheyenne, who's that?
Okay.
Cheyenne Woods is Tiger's niece.
Okay.
She's phenomenal. And you got VJ. You got
Let me give a shout out while we talking about golf. Dustin Johnson. That's
Irmo.
That's family. Dutch
God Dutch.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this on record.
Finest.
It's an argument. Greatest athlete out of South Carolina.
I don't know about that. Greatest athlete.
It's an argument.
Shout out to my guy Dustin, but
hey,
I don't know about
let me get back
Has
to
ever
it,
been
man.
an MVP?
But back
to it. I'm grilling. I'm playing golf all the time as much as I can. And I tell you, something that I love to do now is learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is learn. When you younger, I won't say everybody. Most people when they're younger, they got a lot going on. They think they know it all.
Yeah.
I love to learn. I watch probably 2 or 3 documentaries a week.
What's the most recent one?
The most recent documentary I watched, well, obviously I'm watching The Last Dance. I can't wait for Sundays to come. Hey, give us the whole thing, ESPN. Come on,
doing it
man.
right.
Come on, man. And I love The Last Dance. I watched Dennis Rodman had his own.
Yeah, 30 for 30.
He had his own 30 for 30. And I actually just watched one on King Tut. It's on the Disney Plus app. Shout out to Disney Plus app. It's amazing. Me and my kids.
Into it, man.
Oh my goodness. They got originals. You know they got originals on there. They don't just have the hit movies.
So it's kind of like Hulu and everybody.
It's Disney Plus. It's Pixar.
Stuff.
It's Marvel.
Yeah.
And it's something else. Disney got a lot of things. Sister or under companies. I don't know what you call them, but it got a lot. And it has original content on there. It's amazing. But the King Tut documentary. King Tut, everybody know he was the boy king or pharaoh or whatever, but he had a dagger that was made from an asteroid.
An asteroid.
He had a dagger made from an asteroid. The I don't know what you call the part that you hold was bejeweled. They said They have it now at the museum. They're opening up a new museum.
Yeah, the bedazzled asteroid.
Bedazzled asteroid. You know, shaped now, look like a dagger.
Yeah.
They told me, I mean, they said on the documentary that they were trying to do the price. They had prices of like his sandals, a couple $100,000. They had like his gold mask and everything, a couple $100,000. The asteroid dagger didn't have a price next to it. First of all, it's an asteroid.
Yeah, you can't.
Second of all, it had no price. So you talking about 11, 12-year-old boy with priceless artifacts. So it's just it was crazy, man. It was crazy. So I would say right now, grilling, playing golf, and learning.
That's dope. I'm gonna shoot a quick story about the reading that it's kind of interesting. I don't know if I told this story or not, but how I got into reading.
Yeah. Because you read a lot. I vouch for that.
All the time. But it didn't happen. Like when I was in high school, middle school, I didn't pick up no book.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't, nah. First thing that happened when I picked up a book is I immediately went to sleep. That's how books got read when I was younger. But my teammate, and I think I shared this story already, Mike Boynton, who's the head coach at Oklahoma State.
Shout out to Mike.
Always read. Came down from Brooklyn, New York. Always reading, always had a book in his hand. What are you reading? Like, why are you always into these books? Because every book that I've ever read
was boring.
It was NyQuil.
Yeah.
Put me straight out.
Yeah.
So he gave me this book. It's called True to the Game. Probably not the best book that you want to put in anybody's hand, but the storyline, the plot of the book, it just drew me in from chapter to chapter. And from that point on, and this was probably my junior year in college. From that point on, it was 2, 3, 4 books a month.
Dang.
And now it's, I read 3 books in a week just because you always, it's kind of, I don't want to talk about drugs or anything like that, but I'm chasing that high. That where's the story? I want to find the story. I want to keep reading. So that's really how I got into reading a lot of books. Shout out to my brother Mike Boynton at Oklahoma State. Put me on the reading in college. That's one of the experiences that you can't, undermine when you go to college. The people you meet, the things that you gain from the people that you're around. True. So
that's a fact.
My
favorite book, by the way, is a book called Danger Zone by David Klaus. I don't know if it's Klaus or Klaus. I don't know how he pronounces his last name. But it's called Danger Zone. I think everybody should read it. It's for book for all ages, high school probably, or let me say high school probably on up. But it's an amazing book, Danger Zone by David Klaus, and
duly noted.
It's amazing.
That right now.
It's amazing. David Klaus, Danger Zone.
Danger Zone.
Danger Zone. I got a question for y'all too.
Yes,
this is what I got. This is what I want to know. Tell the people. Right now, the Powerball is at $59 million.
Right.
The cash out, if you cash it out, you can do the payments over 10 years or something, or you can cash it out, is $48.3 million. They cut you the check for $48.3. If you hit the Powerball tomorrow, they cut you the check for $48.3 million. I want to know what are the first 3 things y'all are doing. Don't just say nothing crazy. If it's crazy, say it, but that's what it is. But I want to know what are, honestly, the first 3 things. And don't say something just for the people to sound good on camera or something. I want to know you personally, what's the first 3 things you would do?
I'm going to first shout out to Hopkins, South Carolina. I'm gonna go down there and buy some land.
All right.
And then build a house.
All right.
And
Buy
then
some land and build a house. That's
buy
two.
land,
Build
build
a
a
house.
house.
A house or a couple houses?
No, just a house.
Okay.
A house.
What we talking? What we talking? 5 bedroom, 6 bedroom, 10
Oh,
bedroom?
Five. We ain't-
Five.
The boys will be gone. You know,
Oh, yeah.
we get old. I need to move around. I ain't got all.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
land, house, and then pay their student loan off.
You still got student loans?
I just went to
Oh
grad
yeah, you going to grad school. You going to grad school. I keep
Scholarship
forgetting
don't travel.
Is it-
Snacks. What's the first
40
three you
years.
got?
First 3, I'll probably go to sleep. Probably sleep for about as much as possible, like 2 weeks.
Hold up, wait. You just got $48 million.
And you going to
and
sleep.
You just going.
Cause
I don't know about
all
that.
the
Snacks.
words is over with.
I don't know about that. Snacks.
Nah, that
It
ain't what
ain't
they
over
say.
with, but it's
That
no
ain't what
problem.
they say.
You got new worries. You got
Yes.
new
So,
worries.
you ain't gotta tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? I
you
ain't
gotta
gotta
tell
be
nobody.
sponsored
Nah,
like
that's true.
LeBron and you know
That's
what I'm saying? I got 48 million, nobody know.
I know what you
Go
do.
to sleep.
I know
Go to
what you
sleep.
would do.
You
But
know what I'm
go
saying?
ahead.
But
Go to
I
sleep.
go to sleep, I go to the doctor, make sure I'm healthy,
Okay.
make sure I'm good,
Make sure it's
Yeah.
real.
then
All
tell
right.
Mom Dukes to just grab her pictures and leave everything else.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
So I mean,
So you ain't gonna buy no season
are
tickets?
We going to buy a house? We going to a house? We
Green
going
Bay's
to
hard to get season tickets, man. It's 30-year waiting list. I got that phone call now. I'm plugged in now.
48 mil though.
48
You
million.
can
You
find
plugged
a
in.
way.
You plugged
I don't like.
Believe that.
I don't like going to the same things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you notice, if I go to the games, I don't know people who think I go to the games. I rarely go to the same venue. I like
Yeah.
going to see different
Yeah.
cities and states.
And I followed you, and I think I saw you in L.A.
Chicago.
Yeah,
You in Chicago, and then I want to say you in Wisconsin for
yeah.
a home game.
Well, only been to Green Bay once.
Okay,
It was
but it
10
was all like you
I
was like
go
at a
least
Lakers game,
3-4
a
times.
football
Toronto
game, and then you
finals.
was
He
like,
missed out of town. Now.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
missed out of
Cleveland. So I
town.
mean, I
I
never
live
go to the.
vicariously through that. I, ain't gonna lie.
I never go to the same game. I try not to.
Yeah.
Same experience.
Yeah, that's
You know what
dope.
I'm saying? So I pick 2-3 games a year, different cities I've never been to, and go.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing it for 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
dope.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys. I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys, man.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys. I'm blowing about. I'm gonna blow. I'm gonna blow about 500.
500.
out of
1,000.
48 mil, that ain't nothing.
I'm gonna blow about 500. I need
On what?
whatever. We going to the mall. Whoever with me at the time, me and Toya, whoever with us, we going to the mall. I probably can't even spend 500 in the mall, but whatever. What y'all want? Y'all want the J's out?
You do know you from Pontiac, right?
I said
Yeah.
whoever's with me. I didn't say I was
Y'all
calling the
always
fam.
roll
Everybody
together.
I didn't say I was call. Oh yeah, I'm putting the fam on. But
But
this
y'all
how I'm
always
do-
together.
I'm
This is
putting
like
the
the
fam
only
on.
time Pontiac is by themselves.
This ain't the
Shout out
first
to
three
Pontiac,
things.
South
Shout out to
Carolina.
Yak Town. This ain't the first three things I would do, but I would make sure that my immediate circle and my family, my family is
Huge.
extended, but the people that's in my circle, the people that's in my family group chat,
Right.
I make sure they straight.
The group
Yeah, the family group chat. If you ain't in the family group chat,
Yeah.
I might,
you about to touch a
you gotta
nerve,
call,
man.
you gotta call Toya. You gotta call
about to touch
Toya.
a nerve right now,
I ain't gonna
man.
let you slip. I ain't gonna let you slip. But if you ain't in the family group chat, then you might not get exactly what everybody else get. But with that being said, I don't have a problem saying no to family at all because with 48 million, like SNAX said, I'm not gonna tell a lot of people, but just the way I rock, somebody gonna know something up.
Yeah.
Somebody, the church got new pews in it, and my cousin ain't got no more student loans no more. People ain't dumb, so
Right.
I think it's kind of hard to hide something like that from your immediate family. But the first three things I would do is number one, I'm going to blow some bread. I don't know, it's at the mall. We got to go to Atlanta. We got to go to LA.
Initial account out.
We probably got to go to Charlotte. No, I'm saying I'll wait till the check clear. But
First and foremost.
first and foremost, the check got to clear. But I'm going to blow some bread. That's number one. After I had a little fun, I want a truck. I want a Dodge Ram, by the way. After I had a little fun, and we got that out the way. Nothing overboard.
Yeah.
But after I had a little fun, I'm not in a lot of debt. I pay all my credit cards down and things like that. But I do have a house. I would clear the house. I would clear. My wife still has some student loans. So we have student loans. So I would clear out all debt. all debt. If you know if we own any cars, if credit cards, whatever debt that we have, all that's getting paid. That's number one. Mine and my mama's, all that's getting paid. So the first thing would be blow some bread. The second thing would be pay off any debts, any loans or anything like that. And the third thing would be to figure out, I put half away off top. I didn't count that as one, but I'm putting half away, locking that up, trying to figure out how, not investing it, because I don't want a chance losing any money at all. But I think it's some accounts where you can put it away and just build interest on it. Yeah. So definitely I would do that on half of it.
Money markets.
And then the third and final thing I would do is try to figure out what business I wanted. What business I wanted. Do I want to go in with snacks at the barbershop? Let's do another barbershop. Do I want to restaurants are hard. Movie theaters are normally pretty solid, although this is crazy time right now. But I would figure out, after I had a little fun, after I cleared my debt, I would figure out what business I wanted, because I'm not good with sitting at home every day. I can't do that. So we got to figure out what the business is. What are we building? What are we doing? And that's more so how I would put my people on. That's when my people come in, the ones I can trust. Because you can't trust all family.
Giving them jobs.
Yeah, you can't trust all. If I do the movie theater, now I need a movie theater manager. Now I need somebody to run the concession stands. Now that's when you start putting your family on and stuff. But I definitely wouldn't just be giving them bread left and right.
48 mil, I'm not investing. I'm going to just chill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
good.
saying.
Like, what's your, like, some people want to invest and buy all this stuff when they get money. And it's like, bro, you made it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no point in investment. If you got 50 mil, ain't no point in investing.
I put it somewhere, but I'm chilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? I might do a hobby or something, you know what I mean? But I'm chilling. I'm not investing nothing. Like, I don't. Sometimes people get greedy and try to get more than you get. 48
and now you done lost 12 million trying to invest.
Into 12 million in 5 years.
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and that business, I was talking about that business that I made, that will more so be to pass down to my girls. Yeah. So they can have, whatever they need. Or my grandchildren, whatever. So that's what I would do.
Legacy is important.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it goes, I think it goes, it already is certain that we don't even have to talk about the kids' tuition and all that stuff. That's obvious.
I mean, well, I won't say it. I mean, 48 million.
I'm chilling.
They ain't gotta go. No, but mine gotta go to some school. They need a trade or I would like them to go to college, because, like I said on the last episode, college is more so, in my opinion, for maturity.
Yeah.
You learn, but when you really think about it, I'm 10 years removed. You don't really think about 2 + 2 or what you learned in history class. Is more so of the knowledge you gained about how to move around, how to interact with people. And when you talk about that, as far as college, that's just, you can't put a price tag on that.
Which is interesting when you, and I'm gonna use Content Media's creator, director, CEO, and orchestrator of this show, Marquise Wallace, who was a drum major at South Carolina State University, who has transitioned from music essentially into a different art medium, right? And kind of took his passion in a different direction. We've talked about it in the past, where after hooping, what were we doing?
Yeah.
Like, I stopped hooping in 07. I officially retired in 07. And I came home and I was just kind of what you said. I can't sit still, but I just want to relax. My wife is like, nah. We got a Range Rover. We got this house. We got,
You don't have no choice, because that money, what I tell all young, eventually that's running. Man, that money goes so fast. Hey, all of the young kids, listen, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, that ain't no money, man.
It's money. That
ain't no money. It's money for a child. For a child.
In cash in hand, That's a lot of money.
I'm not. No,
You know
and
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
want to sound. I don't want to sound.
If
Hold
it's
up.
not still coming through.
Yeah, let me clarify. Let me clarify
That's a lot of
something.
money.
I'm
People
by
get
no
it twisted
means.
that $10,000 is not a lot of money. $10,000 ain't too many people walking around here. It could go get $10,000.
Let me say.
It's
this.
a lot of money.
Clarify.
Let me clarify what I'm saying. I'm not rich. I'm far from broke, but I'm not rich. And all the kids that play basketball overseas, you need to get your plan together. All the kids that go to Canada to play football, and you need to get your plans together, because when you come home with that little $30,000, you come home with that $40,000. I'm not saying that's not money.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's not enough to rest.
Yeah.
That's not enough to sit back and splurge. That's not enough to set you up for the next 3, 4, 5 years of your life. $40,000, $30,000 is not gonna get the job done. Especially if you're talking about kids, especially if you're talking about moving into a house, especially if you're talking about getting married, having a family, things like this. That little money is just what it is. It's a nest egg. It's a very valuable nest egg that you need to have, and that you are blessed to have if you play a professional sport of any kind. If you go to the NBA for 2 years and you have a $200,000 nest egg, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, you're not set for life. You need a job, and you need some skills, and you need to build your resume, and you need to do it quickly. You need to do it. You need to do it
Listen,
immediately.
I was on a car lot
Yeah.
in May of 2007. Again, I didn't know what life was going to deal me. I went to college to be a retail major, to open my own business, clothing business at the time. That was my aspiration.
What was the name of the clothing line?
Didn't really
Get that far.
figure that
Didn't
part
get that
out.
far.
But as your point was, young people make the plan all the way
Make
through.
the plan.
You can't have
You
it
gotta
up here
make a
without the
plan.
Yeah.
So I'm on a car lot, because obviously that's not selling clothes. And I had to do something. My wife was like, we
I think you would be fantastic at selling cars, by the way.
bro, it was May and June in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm in a shirt and tie, walking up and down a car lot. It took those 8 weeks.
It's
to
humbling.
figure
It's
out
humbling.
This is not
Yeah.
because every check,
Yeah.
you waiting on somebody to say, I want to buy this
Yeah.
in order for you to get paid.
Yeah.
So I realized then that I got to use whatever these skills that I learned in college, whatever disciplines I learned from hooping and training and everything else. We got to put that into a 9 to 5, and just because I feel like I can do anything and start enjoying it.
Yes.
Exactly.
As long as I'm challenged.
Well, I can
But
do almost anything. Almost
walking
something.
up and down a lot
I ain't gonna do it done.
was not my
Shout out
was not my
to all my mentors. You got Deion Bethea, Brian Brown, Enoch Wisdom, all them people, John Cooper. Shout out to all my mentors. They helped me with my transition from basketball to regular life.
Yeah.
And I will never forget that my wife told me this. Shout out to LaToya. Hey, baby, I love you. You got to do something you love. She told me I was lying to myself. Because I remember my first job coming back from basketball was at, I had a little high school basketball assistant job, and I was working at the men's warehouse, because you know I love to dress.
Yeah.
You know I love it.
You got the suit on.
I keep, don't. So I just said, let me go at the men's warehouse, and they was telling me and teaching me how, it worked and everything off commission. And I was excellent at selling suits, but I hated it. I hated it.
Really?
Yeah, I hated it.
That's what I did my internship in college. I sold suits at Lurie's.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's fun. You get somebody coming there and buy 2-3 suits. Then your check hit, and you doing good. You all right, and then I really wasn't caring about the money, because I just got finished playing ball. I had a couple dollars, so it just boiled down to being up there 9-10 hours a day, and sometimes don't nobody even come in the store.
Yeah, you get complacent.
Yeah, you just sitting there watching, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Cleaning up the suits and stuff. Nobody even come to the store, and I'm miserable. My wife just told me. She said, "You lying to yourself, man. Find something to do in basketball." It opened my eyes up that you don't just got to coach. Like the next job I got was running a gym. Swanee, shout out to Swanee Sports Academy. Emmanuel Blackwell, he put me on. I was basically his assistant director for Swanee Sports Academy. This is a huge gym in Swanee, Georgia. I think it has about 8 courts. All convert to volleyball courts, basketball courts, wrestling matches. People train in there. It's a huge facility, and I love that.
Right.
I love that. People call you, can we bring in our Florida may call and say, hey, we play Georgia, can we come practice in there or something like that. AAU tournaments and things like that. The volleyball tournaments are huge, by the way. Right. You got things like this, and I loved it. And what I learned from that was you gotta kind of, not even really kind of, but you gotta love what you do.
Yeah.
At least like it.
At least like it.
Yeah, but
unless they paying you enough.
Well, don't chase the money, man. Don't chase that money.
Unless they paying you enough.
Yeah, now
money matters.
We went to the angle that I was hoping we would get to.
I would go work for some bullshit job. They paying me right.
But what's right?
I mean, making me. I always tell people, do what you want to do. What's right is me being able to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it.
I'm saying to sweep up the elephant poop at the circus, what they got to pay you?
I mean, it just depends on what. Be able to do what I want to do. I mean,
they can't pay me enough.
They can't pay you enough. No. I mean,
Luke, if they say they gonna give you 100 bands, you sweeping up that poop, bro.
If they give me $200,000, weekends off, holidays off.
No, ain't nothing off. Ain't nothing off. You traveling. But
what I'm saying is like
you traveling and scooping. I'm saying
they paying me enough.
Is 100 bands enough?
Nah. It depends what comes with it.
So, and this is the angle I was hoping we get to, because I'm gonna tie hooping into the transition, right? Because hooping, the last year of hooping for me was probably the worst experience in basketball I ever had, because it became more
the last year,
probably the last year and a half.
It's a job
because it became a job. Now you're talking about contracts, you're looking at money, you're looking at all these different things. And unlike living situation, living was always fine. It always came down to contracts.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about playing in the league here and playing overseas, that's a whole nother monster you got to deal with. So my last year and a half of hooping was miserable because the love of the game, me enjoying playing basketball, was so sidebar to, am I going to get my check this month? Yeah. Are they going to renegotiate the contract, or they going to do this? And that's all I could think about. So when I left, even though I didn't want to, it worked out. So I get past the car dealership, I get into working at Verizon, selling phones. It was sales. It's kind of my niche, talking, being around people. And at that time, Verizon was, there were guys on the floor making 80, 100,000 selling cell phones, right? So I'm addicted now. Yeah. Like, I need the double, I need that overtime, I need all of that. Yeah. So I'm working. Because that's, when you're hooping and you're an athlete, that's all you know is to go. Yeah. And then you realize your wife ain't too happy.
Definitely.
Your son.
Your kids getting older.
Your kids, well, not even that, but you're missing those key moments, especially when you got sons. And even with daughters, I know those are two different dynamics, but I got a young king to raise.
Yes.
And this was right at the time my second son was born. So that had to go because I was chasing the dollar. Yeah. But now that balance you were talking about on the last episode, you miss the balance, the work-life balance. Yeah. So, as far as my take on can they pay you enough, there's always a job that can pay you enough.
Yeah.
But that work-life balance and what Carlos Powell was talking about in the last, health is wealth, man.
Yeah. And that's why
you gotta have that.
I'm gonna do a lot of jobs for 100,000.
Like, are you gonna give me?
Nah, I got multiple streams.
I draw the line. I draw the line at some things, but for 100 bands.
So you scooping elephants?
Yes, for $100,000.
Yeah, I mean, in my career, I scoop. Yeah. For
content media, Marquise, you scooping?
Absolutely, I'm scooping it up for 100. Yeah,
for 100 bands.
I mean, come on. Yeah, I'm scooping it up just because if I don't got no passion or no career, it's just a job. Yeah, I'm scooping, no doubt. They're every day on time. No doubt.
I mean,
but I mean, like the work-life balance is definitely big, especially in today's world.
Aaron, you telling me for 100 bands a year, You wouldn't scoop elephant poop at a
Put a
circus.
mask on
And put a mask on.
and
Gloves.
headphones on.
Now, don't get it twisted. I'm in a hazard suit. I'm in a hazmat suit. I'm in a hazmat suit, but I'm just saying, it's going down.
Nope. I don't have a dog, and when the one time I tried having a dog, that was the one thing I
It's
hated.
disgusting.
Just picking up poop.
Yeah.
Hey,
Scooping elephant poop. Not in,
let me ask y'all, this is my last question because I know we're running out of time.
yeah, because
This
we
is my
got to
last
get
question.
to our favorite segment.
Oh, yeah, we got a good one. But listen, this is what I want to know. Tell the people something they don't know about you. Tell the people something they don't know. This is a segment. This is what we talking about to get to know each other. Tell the people, Snacks, you big in the city. You big in the city. Everybody know A5. Shout out to all the Sigmas out there. Shout out to all the Sigmas out there.
A5, you know it.
A5 big in the city. Y'all big in the city. Tell us something we don't know about you. Just one little quick thing that we don't know about you.
I broke my leg 3 times.
The same leg?
Yeah, broke the same leg. Had
You gotta stop climbing trees,
surgeries.
bro.
That's why I don't hoop no more. So I had 4 surgeries on my knees. So I mean, on my legs. You know what I'm saying? So that's something somebody don't know.
A5?
It's gonna be hard to scoop. When you're
Yeah.
that people don't know about me. I would say I'm big into poetry. Like I started writing poetry when I was in the 8th grade. Used to do all the poetry sets at the old heads would know at Mr. B's on 2 Notch Road back in the day, and a couple other spots. But poetry used to be my thing. It all kind of tied into reading and just learning words and how they go together. So that's probably the most interesting thing people would know.
That's
about
solid.
I'm into poetry too. Though. I like this
For me, I got a good one. I got a good one. Let's take it back, old school. My first job, I got fired.
Wait, time out. Let me get a 30. Interesting thing that nobody knows about you.
Interesting thing, I'm telling you right now.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you. My first job was at Baskin Robbins. I got fired.
31 scoops.
I got fired. I was an ice cream man. I had
You took like 31
whatever you
scoops.
need. Whatever you
31
need. I still
scoops.
had the wrist work.
Each flavor.
And I went
How old
to
you was?
9th grade, 10th grade, however old you are. 15, what is it? 15,
Yeah,
something like that. They scheduled me for the weekend. I loved it too, by the way. I loved working at Baskin Robbins. It's not a lot of work. And back then, I think I was getting like $12 an hour.
Dang.
Yeah. And I loved it. And they said, I told them don't schedule me. Boo Williams tournament in Virginia at Bethel High School
Okay.
back in the day was that weekend. I told them don't schedule me because I was going to the AU tournament. And they scheduled me. And I called up there. I said, listen, I'm not going to be there. And he said, if you don't come this weekend, don't bother coming back. And I said, I made a decision. I made a decision.
That was the end of your scooping
That was
career.
the end of my dreams of
That's why
owning
he
a
wanna
Baskin
scoop
Robbins.
hoop and-
That's why he want to read
He got
that
the-
moment.
He got the formula already.
So we're gonna switch gears because we're at the tail end, and we're gonna, because we don't have a special guest, so we don't have the 12-piece today. But every time that we have a special guest, they will get that 12-piece from Snacks Baby. But what is always gonna go down
Facts.
on Facts Not Fiction is he like that?
Is he like that? Today we're gonna do it a little special edition. We're gonna do it coaching style.
Uh-oh.
Coaching style. This guy has coached all the greats, almost. Well, I don't think he coached Bron. He didn't coach Bron. He coached all the greats. Is Phil Jackson like that? And let me tell you why I asked. Many people that I talk to always say he didn't have to do anything. I totally disagree with that. But I want to know from you guys' perspective, is Phil Jackson like that?
Yes. Number one, I go back to the last conversation. I think when I think about coaching, he's a great leader, great mentor. You know what I'm saying? And I think coaching is more about chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Championships, I should say. You know what I'm saying? I think he built that championship chemistry better than anybody who ever did it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Better than Pop.
ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna say that's tough. You know what I'm saying? But they hand in hand. I'm gonna get them hand in hand. And I don't think Phil always had the best team. That's why I could put him say he like that. I don't think he always had the best team. You know what I'm saying?
What year he didn't have the best team?
I mean, he had the best player, but he didn't have the best team. You know what I'm saying?
You talking from top to bottom, the whole roster.
Yeah, I'm talking about roster. Like I feel like this is a whole lot better championship teams. You'd be like, oh, they got 4 or 5 Hall of Famers on that team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Versus they had 2 or 3, but they wasn't 30-point scores. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't marquee guys. You know, Pippen wasn't a top 15 player in his era. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he was.
50 all-time great.
I mean, I'm saying, but like at the era, he wasn't a top.
Pip, hold on now.
Like we had the 90s. Pip wasn't top 15.
Pip was top 5 in the 90s.
In the 90s?
Yes.
So, you know, Magic and Bird played in the 90s. In Jordan.
Magic
in
and
Shaq,
Bird, Magic got out at like 91.
in Hakeem.
Early 90s.
All them played in, you know what I'm saying? Like, all them played in the 90s now.
Pip.
Like, Kobe played in the 90s.
Pip.
Like, I don't think Pip was a top fit. Barkley played in the 90s. I don't think Pip was a top. Sean
Pip.
Kemp. You tell me if Pip went to
Pip
Gary
was
Payton
better than Sean Kemp.
and Pippen, they would have went to the finals in the West?
Pip was better than Sean Kemp.
I don't think so.
The only 2 players Pippen wasn't better than was probably Mike and Charles
I don't
Barkley.
think if Pip was with somebody else, a mediocre, not saying a scrub, let's trade for trade. I think Jordan could have took Sean Kemp and they still would have won 6.
No, absolutely not.
And let me get on it
Absolutely
so we can move on. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Numbers don't.
And Phil was called up, if the Last Dance, as it stated, from some Buffalo minor league team because he went there and won a championship.
Mm-hmm.
So he has whatever the ingredients are to make a good team, and he understood the chemistry part.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this because a lot of you young people out here are aspiring to be athletes or whatever sport you're trying to be in. They are paying people like Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
And Dwight Howards and people like that out there.
Little guard for Houston.
Patrick Beverly. Just to go out and do one job and do it extremely well. So you don't have to be the superstar. And I think Phil understood that Dennis was just as important to the DNA of that team as Michael was. Mm-hmm. You need that scorer, but you also need somebody that's going to do the dirty work and be the bully
and bring the toughness
to the team. So I think he's like that because he understands the dynamics, he understands the chemistry and the cohesiveness that a team needs to be successful. And he buys in. So he like that.
I agree 100%. And purely, if nothing else, off his ability to manage egos.
Ugh.
And you
That's
talking
huge.
about Mike.
Yeah.
You talking about Dennis. Scotty had his thing going on.
Horace
Kukoc came. Horace Grant had his thing going on. Now you talking about Kobe. Now you talking about Shaq. Ron Artest.
Yeah.
I mean, he had
Meta World Peace.
He had Meta World Peace. I'm sorry, Meta World Peace. We dating ourselves, but that ability to get everybody going in the right direction without compromising his morals. I don't know. I've never heard anything about him compromising his morals, but the fact that he did that during that time with those people in that era is just amazing to me. So I think he's like that, and he always have an asterisk because he had Kobe and Mike, but it is what it is.
Who else? What else we got? Was it we covered 2?
Yeah, that was 2.
We had 1?
That was 2.
Well, man, the time flies as it always does when we are rocking and rolling. I hope y'all enjoyed this particular show because, again, it was different. We didn't necessarily stay on sports as much as we usually do. It wasn't all about basketball. It wasn't all about football and other sports. We kind of try to bring ourselves into a different space so you can get a chance to know us and just really kind of self-reflect and introspect for yourself to, enjoy being who you are. And again, I wanted to say thank you and support. Thank you to all the support you all have been giving us. Continue to be safe. Be responsible. Check on your friends and family. You don't necessarily have to go see them, but shoot them that text. Give them that phone call because you never know what people are going through. All right. So again, I want to thank my brother Snack Baby, Coach Reverend Lucas Hargrove. Shout out to Content Media again for putting it all together the way he does. I'm Aaron Lucas again. This is Facts Not Fiction.